Hello. The original plan here was to sit at the deck and give you some kind of life update with nature surrounding, despite we're in the city now. But as you can see, I guess I'll just have to accept that I'm defeated by the city noise. So I'm thinking that we'll just do like this instead. To my living room, because I actually have a living room. Oh, there's so much that I could say about this. I guess I'll start with the fact that I've actually quit my job. Like I actually quit it. I won't go back to being a management consultant, at least not now. And it just feels so good to give myself this time to commit to myself, commit to what I think that I want to do, and give myself time to explore that more. And I have also moved back to Stockholm again, which also feels so right to do. But I really feel like this is some kind of new era for me. I don't know if I went through like a life crisis. I guess I'm still in it. And it's okay. Like, I need to explore, try different things to actually understand what I want to do, right? It's not possible to know that from the beginning. So I'm just so glad that I just listened to that voice and traveled away, but also listened to the voice when it told me that it's soon time to go back again. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I am supposed to put my soul into this, try and explore, see where this road leads me. And it's also so right for me coming back to Stockholm now. Having the break at first, being more conscious of my behaviors that I have at home, get some distance to it, to then come back to a little cottage in the north of Sweden, to just settle into the Swedish darkness again. Winter was still very present and it only got darker. It was just so nice to come home to a cozy little cottage where I could just create a fire to warm myself with, to have the closeness to nature, to the lake and to the forest, where I could do my ice bathing. Because I felt like I needed that before I went back to the city again. And I am just so freaking happy. I'm just so glad that we decided to come back here now. Because I just feel so ready to do so many things. And I just need to not do it all at once. But I really feel like my energy has returned. And I guess it might come with a light, because it's sun outside right now. It's so beautiful. But I also think that it was because I gave myself the permission to land, getting into the Swedish routines again and the Swedish culture and everything. Just taking my time to get used to that again before we came back to Stockholm. I think that's the key for me, to be able to stay calm in the middle of the city where the stress is always present. And it just feels so right to be close to my friends, to my family. I miss them so much. But I'm also so grateful that I had this experience where I could distance myself from some of the behaviors that I have. Like, I've identified that I like self-sabotage quite often. Like, I promise too much, and I promise so much sometimes to people, and I realize as I'm saying the words that it won't be possible for me to actually fulfill everything. but I still say it. And then I just have a bad conscience about it for a while before I set a boundary. Instead of slowing down myself and just practice on not over-promising. Because no one expects me to do everything that I promise them to do. They're like, oh, are you sure? Okay, that sounds nice. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. But then, as I said, I know that I won't be able to do all these things. So that's like one of the behaviors that I've identified that I want to just work with. Because I feel like when I do, and when I get better at that, it will give me more peace inside, I think. I also feel like I'm in love again. You know, when you've been in a relationship with someone for very long and you're always together with that person, and you don't really give yourself the chance to miss them. I feel like that was the case for me and Stockholm. I have missed Stockholm, and I especially have missed being so close to my family and friends. And I'm just so grateful that we have now had a lot of the conversations that I needed to have with these people, because I've had so many fears inside. I've been so afraid of their reaction when I'm telling them what I want to do, and I've been so afraid that they won't support me, or that they would think that what I'm doing is wrong, because that would hurt so much. And I am just so grateful that that's not the case. I've just gotten so much love and care from my closest ones and from my family. And I just can't imagine that I could have a better comeback to Stockholm than this. And I just feel like this is the first time in my life where I am able to use my time for whatever I feel I want to. And it's also the first time in my life where I feel confident enough that I will solve whatever life throws at me. I've got a lot of tools that I know how to use. I have been quite deep down into a sadness, which I haven't experienced before. And I now know that I am capable of taking myself out from it, but also that my body does that by itself a lot. Sometimes it's just about hanging in there, just taking care of my body. My mind is sad, and it's not logically sad, it's just sad. And that's okay. We can't be happy all the time. And I think it was a very good experience for me to have. Because now I know that I can handle it. And I also appreciate when my positivity and happiness gets back, like it does right now. I have cried so many times and just danced my ass off because I've been so happy the last few days. And I just couldn't be more grateful about it. I feel like this is the first time in my life when I am confident enough, I have the self-trust enough to know that I can twist and turn my life just the way I want it to be. And that I can make it great. I know that I can accomplish everything that I want. And it's just such a cool feeling. And I have this like tingling excitement within that I've just missed so much. I've missed it so much for the last year, or like 1.5 years. And I'm just so glad that it's finally back. And I'm just so excited to see where it can take me. I love this kind of new beginnings. And I'm just so ready to embrace this change and to commit to myself. I want to help myself succeed. I want to set intentional goals. Not just goals because you're supposed to move forward and be productive and have goals, but like real intentional goals on things that I know that my heart want me to do. And I sat down and did this a couple of days ago. I often try to do it like half a year at a time instead of this like New Year's resolution thing. I'm more committed to set like intentional goals. It can be about things that I want to accomplish, but it can also be about behaviors I want to change and like systems that I want to change around me, helping myself to succeed. And I've done that now for like the upcoming 6 months or so until summer, because I feel like it's much easier for me to have an overview when it's only 6 months and not 1 year. And I've also come up with a theme during this half a year, and it's connection. I want to continue and being even better at being connected to myself. I want to have a good connection in my relationships with my family and friends. But I also want to continue having this connection that I've felt to my surroundings and to nature, even though I'm moving back to the city now. Because I feel it's very easy when living in the middle of the pulse, when everything happens so quickly and people are so en route, like they're having their routines, they know exactly what to do, and they have this tempo within. And it's easy for me to just be sucked into that again. But I really want to live more intentional now, reminding myself that it's okay to have a different pace. I need to help myself finding the connection, continue to listening to my inner voice, understand what I need. When it tells me to slow down, it did just the other day, and I knew that, okay, I'll just take a slow morning. I'll sit down and reflect. And later that day, I took a warm bath. I lit some candles, put on some really soft music, got myself into the right mood, and just read. And it was exactly what I needed. And I just love to have this little toolbox full of things that I know works for me when I need to get calm and feel more connected. And I love that I also have tools in this toolbox that helps me to feel connected even though I'm out traveling. Because earlier I've felt a lot that I needed a certain space to feel calm and connected. And I've just realized that I've come to a point where I can bring that space with me, because I have that space within. This space where I can go to calm my nervous system and feel like I can breathe again. So my theme for this spring is connection. It's about being connected to myself. It's about being connected in my relationships with my family, my friends, my surroundings. But it's also about feeling connected to you. You that are watching this video. I want to feel more connected to you, and I need your help in knowing how to do that. Now, I want to know, any questions that you have regarding me quitting my job, or the move back to Stockholm, or travel, or any struggles that you have that you want to share and maybe have another perspective on, or just starting over in general. And also, if there's anything you'd like me to share about, for example, the things I do to feel connected. I have a thought that the next video will be about that. I'm not sure yet, but just tell me if there's anything specific that you would like me to dig into. Write it down in the comments, and I will just gather them up and I will answer them the best way I can. Let us make 2025 the best year yet. Let it be the year when you became brave and when you started to commit to yourself. The year when you decided to say no to things that didn't serve you any longer, or to things that just took your energy and you just felt like maybe you should do, but that you deep within knew that you don't want to. This is the year when you start to do the things that feel scary but right. You need to start get used to being uncomfortable, because the more you sit with that feeling, getting used to it, and do the contrary that fear tells you to do, the less you're going to be controlled by your fear. And before you know it, you will be more true to yourself than you have ever been. Don't let fear hold you back. You are the one that can choose that. Do you want to constrain yourself, or do you want to set yourself free? It's up to you. And with that said, I wish you a great day, a great weekend, or whenever you are watching this video. And thanks again for sticking around. I'll see you soon. Bye!